A Marton man's calling for calm after the disappearance of a popular local moggy has sent some folk feral. Rodney was adopted by the local ITM building supplies store a few years back and was a regular at the checkouts, soaking up pats from customers. Last week, out of the blue, the tabby cat vanished, but after a concerned customer started digging around, it was revealed a manager at ITM had taken Rodney out to a remote country location and dumped him there. It's caused outrage. Volunteers have been out searching for Rodney. ITM's Marton branch has put out a statement apologising for the cat's treatment. It says the branch manager has stepped down for a bit, effective immediately. And it's donating $1,000 to a local cat charity. But now the store's getting some nasty calls and death threats. Jack Stantiall used to manage the branch and was actually the one who took Rodney in as a kitten. He reckons people need to take a breath.
About 10 years ago, there was a stray cat, and she had a litter of, if I recall rightly, 5 kittens, I think. We found 3 homes for 3 of them, 4 of them, and we were left with one, which we kind of adopted as the shop cat.
So what would Rodney do then? Was he just wander around the premises, or what was the deal?
Yeah, he'd sit on the counter, and obviously all the customers would come up and pat him and say good day to him, sort of thing, and that. So yeah.
So it was his home, really, in the end.
Correct.
So what has happened to Rodney now?
From what we believe, he was released into the wild. The guys thought they were doing, a good deed, which obviously is not right. But so he's been released into the wild.
So, sorry, can you explain that to me? What does that mean? Where was he? Was he taken somewhere?
He was taken on the outskirts of Marton and released. Yeah.
Do you know why that happened?
No, I don't.
So what's going on now? Have you been looking for Rodney, or?
I've been out myself a couple of times, and there's a few people from Marton Moggies and a couple of other places that have been out looking for him, yes.
So what is the area like where Rodney was taken?
I would describe it as like forest-like, scrub-like sort of thing. So, and surrounded by a bit of farmland and Marton reservoirs there.
So many houses around there?
There'd be a few farmhouses, yes.
What do you think of the fact that Rodney was taken out there and left?
I was very disappointed, but in saying that, the boys thought they honestly were doing the right thing by him rather than, having him put down and that. So they're very distraught about it, and and I'm very disappointed that they probably didn't come and check with a few people first before they did it, sort of thing.
When you say the boys are pretty distraught, who do you mean? Is it the workers from ITM or?
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So was someone instructed to take Rodney out there?
I believe so, but I'm not 100% sure whether somebody did it on their own bat or they were instructed. I didn't really want to get into that because I've personally worked with all those boys over the years and that, and they're a bunch of good fellas.
So I hear things are kind of getting a bit heated in the community. What's going on?
Yeah, it's getting a little bit out of hand. I know, yes, there's threats and all sorts, and it's beyond a joke now, sort of thing. I can understand people's anger and everything and that, but start threatening staff and that is not a good thing. But I do believe there's been a resignation next door, so... Yeah.
Okay. So in terms of that sort of search area, you were out there. Who else was out there and kind of, how are they doing it?
Well, there's a group called Marton Moggies. I think they gathered together yesterday at 10 a.m. or something to have a search for him, and obviously I don't think they found him, sort of thing. And there's been other individuals just gone out on their own bat.
You would be really familiar with Rodney, so can you just describe him to us and kind of let us know a bit about his character? He's
I would describe a medium-sized tabby cat with a white blaze on the front of him. He's reasonably friendly to people he knows, but he'd be very timid to strangers, so that's maybe the problem if he's still alive out there, that he may be avoiding people that he doesn't know.
So might be hiding out. But he was okay with all the customers, pretty friendly?
Oh, yes. Well, when I was there, I've been gone 2 years, so, he was, friendly.
And where would he plonk himself?
Oh, it's on the counter, or he'd go out the back and sleep in one of the racks or something like that.
So he'd be a pretty well-known cat then, so I can imagine that a lot of people will have noticed he's gone.
Yeah, that's why this has got a bit out of hand and that, yeah.
Can you think of any reason that Rodney couldn't stay at the shop?
Oh, I don't want to get into that. That's the current management's decision,
Yeah. Hey, are you holding out much hope that Rodney's going to be found?
No, there's always a bit of hope, but it's been quite cold and wet down here, so yeah, probably not.
Cats can be quite resourceful though, can't they?
Oh, they can. They've been known to wander home after a couple of weeks and things, so yeah, there's always a glimmer of hope, I guess.
Do you reckon you'll have another crack at searching for him?
Oh, yeah, I'll go out on the weekend and have another crack. I'd just urge people to calm down, like I said. This has happened. We can't go back in time and change things. It's happened. If you wish to keep searching for Rodney, keep searching and that, but please don't boycott those guys next door and that, because, they're in business, they've got young families and everything as well, so...